Hello and welcome to Proper Chat. We are so excited to be here today to talk about the beginning of Love Island season 11. Woo! I'm here with my co-hosts. Hi everyone, I'm Nicole and I'm here today with Gabby
Hi.
and Brana
Hi.
and last but not least, Lunga.
Hi.
And we're going to chat through episode 1 and 2 of season 11. So if you haven't watched it yet, go back, watch it. This will probably have a lot of spoilers. But first, before we do, I wanted to check in with the hosts. Hi, everyone. How was your week? Give us a high and a low.
I had a good week. We had a nice Sunday fun day. Nicole and Gabby and I got brunch and then we went for a little hot girl walk. We filmed some content that is on our TikTok now. So go check it out if you haven't seen the clips yet. We did some acting. And yeah, the only downside was that Langa couldn't make it because she got sick.
Oh,
So that was a bummer. We'll have to do it again soon.
definitely.
It's way more
My,
fun making the in-person content
Oh, yeah.
together because we laugh at our own mistakes and things.
Yeah.
yeah, we missed you, Lenga. My in-laws are renting a place in Tiburon, which means that we are going to be closer and going to be able to hang out, hopefully, more often. So that's a really good news for me. And we love the place and we're setting it up for them so that they can move soon. So hopefully that happens and it's all looking really nice. So I'm really excited about that.
Yay, we are too.
Yeah.
Oh, and then sorry, Linga, before you go, another thing is
Mhm.
I got to see Brana today and get lunch at the office. So that was really fun. And we had a really good time.
No, we were real corporate girlies today with our
Yeah.
lunch.
You ever been to
Seriously.
see farms in your office?
It's like literally right next door to my office. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was so full. There was such a big line. But
Health is
Yeah.
wealth. People love good salads.
yeah.
I'll go next. My low is obviously I got sick, so I missed Sunday fun day. So I was having no sort of fun at all. But my high is that the Oilers, Edmonton Oilers, I'm their number one fan as of January. They made it into they basically won the Western Conference and now they're headed to the final to try win the Stanley Cup, which is
Wow.
exciting.
Oh, wow. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds big. That sounds
Yeah.
like
It
the
sounds
biggest cup.
good.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
good cup.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny because when you actually Google Stanley Cup without saying NHL, it obviously shows you the Stanley Cup, like the
The water bottle.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yes, we're very excited. And yeah, go Oilers.
Go Oilers.
Go Oilers.
Oilers. Honestly, I had a pretty okay week. My low was that I just had to work and couldn't indulge in all of the Love Island content on TikTok and Instagram this week and all of it for this episode. But we did get a lot of juice, so we'll dive into it later. And then my other high is that I'm reading the second book. Brana has also finished the second book of the ACOTAR series, Court of Mist and Fury, and it's so good. It's like making me feel like I have another Harry Potter or Twilight. Anyway, it's very fun. So I'm enjoying diving into that.
I'm so happy that you're enjoying book number 2 because now I'm way deep in book number 3 and I'm like excited to have a friend to talk to
I
about
know,
it.
right? And I wonder what the overlap of Love Island and content watchers and people who read ACOTAR, because I
I've heard a lot.
imagine they are a bunch of fangirls that also like that
Totally.
stuff. So
Yeah. Let us
anyway,
know.
yeah, hit us in the DMs if you are in that little overlap in that
Uh-huh.
bubble.
All right, so we're going to dive into the big moments from the week. And obviously, this was just the first 2 episodes of the new season. So, what's everyone feeling? How are you liking the new season so far, just in general?
I know. I said this in the group chat. I feel like I get so hyped up for the new season because I remember the feelings that I had from the previous season. But then you get like just 1 episode or 2 episodes in, and you're like still developing like relationships with these people and learning more about them and their personalities and all of this stuff. So I'm not like again, I'm not hooked yet, but I know that like the season I'll start building up relationships more and getting to know the people a bit better and getting to see their personalities more. But so far the twists have been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think a big part of why we love Island so much is that we watch it every day. So it becomes like part of your day-to-day life, right? And it's such a fun thing to get to know people's personalities. I also think that's why they become so famous too, or not famous, such for us, like celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Um,
Yeah.
they are, yeah. And it's because you see them every day for 2 months or so, or for however long we watch them. And it's just so interesting. Yeah, at the beginning, they are complete strangers, and it's not that fun to watch because it's almost like we know that they're paired with the wrong people, and we just need a few episodes to figure out more about their personalities and stuff. I also think that this time was a little different in, in terms of like how the beginning went, where they're paired. So I feel like it's almost like, I know we'll dive into it here in a little bit, but I know it almost feels like it was just random.
Mm.
Like they didn't know each other, so the question was which one is more boyfriend or girlfriend material?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a really weird question to ask someone that doesn't know someone. How do you know if they're boyfriend or girlfriend material? I mean, I know they had a quick chat before, but it's really random. So it's almost like
Yeah.
they were just categorized randomly and then paired randomly. That was my
Mm.
thought.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
Yeah.
think it gave them all an opportunity to essentially judge a book by its cover. And that was basically what they did. And we'll find out in due time how right or wrong they were about each other. But yeah, it was just like a quick judgment being like, oh, he said something. Okay, I'll put him in that category. Or she said something. Okay, I'll put her in that category obviously without any too much substance.
Totally. Yeah, I think that question too, like you said, Gabby, it was super random for them to have to make that decision. But I liked that it was different than, hey, couple, hey, public, put these couples into the ones that like, I don't know, they ended up just
Mm-hmm.
like being couples that looked like each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the
totally.
blonde with the blonde and the black person with the other black person. Like it just ended up being like a little cliche. And so I found it refreshing that they decided to do something different. But you're right. Obviously, stereotypes had to play a big part of that. But at the same time, like some of the, I think, initial randomness of it was a little bit more fun. The question did come up of when was your last relationship? That ended up playing into this decision or like how people look, that kind of stuff. So
Totally.
we're getting their judgments already. So the public didn't have to play into that.
Mm-hmm.
True. And we did get some drama within them, just with how they were upset with where they were ranked and that sort of thing. The thing we can say about this show that's fun and that's keeping us here is that moment when they switch it up and you're like, oh, we're doing it like this time. So I do really appreciate that this specific show does that for us, because other
Mm.
shows are just, they've always stayed very consistent and it gets boring and it's almost like you anticipate it. With this time, I'm like wondering what Casa Amor is going to be like.
Mm-hmm.
Because at
Mm.
this point, we know when it's going to be. So how are they
Right.
going to switch it up? But because you know that this show switches it up so much.
Yeah. Another thing that they're also switching up this time that we didn't discuss last time in our preview episode was what will happen when they can go to the hideaway and all of the new rules. Essentially, the couples that can go to the hideaway, there will be no like text with an invitation and then they pick who gets to go. It's going to be open all the time, but the only people that can go is if you're not in a couple together. So like
It's
that's gonna
so
get
bad.
so messy, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't wait.
I can't wait.
I
Yeah,
can't wait too. It's exciting.
yeah,
I think no one was using that room anyway. So it's like they have to figure out a way for it to be used. We also saw Joey Essex come in,
Yeah,
and
let's
that
talk
was
about it.
interesting. What did you guys think of him off the bat?
I had no
Well,
idea who he was.
yeah, I was just gonna say,
Same.
did any of us know who?
Oh my,
No, not
wait.
at all. But everyone's reaction was like, what? Who? Joey Essex?
I was
So
so excited.
yeah,
I was wondering if Langa was gonna know who
Me
that was.
too. I
I
thought if
don't watch.
anyone would know, it would be Langa.
I don't watch
Yeah.
The Only Way is Essex because I know it's also called Towie. They call it like that for short. So I know it's always on like it used to be like more popular. I don't know if it's still on now, but it's called like Towie. But I don't. So
Oh,
it's actually like Daily Mail speaks about it, and I was like, yeah, no, I that was one show I just never watched. But thank you for assuming I would know, but I do not know.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was holding it in. I wasn't even chatting with you guys because I was like expecting Linga to be like, I know who that is.
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah. I've heard of The Only Way is Essex too, just from the Love Island lore, because sometimes other people from Love Island ended up on The Only Way is Essex. And but I think this is the first time anyone from that show has come on to Love
Hmm.
Island. This is the first time they're doing overlap like that. It's interesting. I did do some research just about Joey Essex for us Americans who are not informed about the man.
Uh-huh.
Um, he's 33 years old, which I found shockingly old for at least like this round of Love Island All Stars I would have gotten. But is he the oldest person who's been on Love Island? I don't know,
Yes.
but he's up
I
there.
think so.
He was on The Only Way is Essex. And since then, and I counted it, he's been on 16 different other reality TV shows, including this one called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, which Callum was on from the
Ah.
previous season. And then he was most recently on Dancing on Ice. But he's also just done like a million other guest appearances on shows. He put out an album. He also has a few singles. He's known for, oh, I literally Googled, what is he known for? And Google gave me two things. He coined the term ream, which is another word for cool or nice. Some of those jokes are going to come in this season, I'm sure. And also, he's not particularly bright. Even
Oh, yes.
he made a bunch of appearances on being like, Joey learns this today. And it's not the brightest in the bunch.
We've already seen that. Yeah, so far we've seen that.
I
And
think
he says
so.
sick. He says sick a lot, which is
Does
concerning.
he's trying to make sick happen now,
Yeah.
huh? Literally.
That's
Um,
hilarious.
Okay, some exes though. I found this interesting. He dated Maura Higgins, which we all know. She's Love Island royalty, a queen, a former
Mhm.
Miss Universe Great Britain contestant, Vanessa Bayer, which is a professional figure skater from actually when he was on Dancing on Ice.
Makes
He was
sense.
even rumored, Link is gonna hate this, to have had a fling with Rita Ora, although they both came out and said that they're friends.
Lovely. Rita
Interesting.
Ora's listening. Hi.
That's the TLDR on Joey Essex.
Okay, can't wait to learn more about him. So let's move on to also talking about the fun game that we had in yesterday's episode. There was lots of dares, lots of fun kisses. What did everyone think?
All I remember is Joey kissing three girls and one of them being like, "Oh my gosh, so much teeth." The poor man,
Yes.
he has the brightest veneers of all of the men. So that's the first thing I noticed about him. So the fact that he's kissing with his teeth is, I don't know, he's just becoming Mr. Teeth for me. Ugh.
Yeah.
Mm.
There was a lot of hot chemistry with Io and Mimi. They kissed multiple times. And I thought there was clearly chemistry there. And obviously, all of the Islanders also saw it. And that I felt like it was a nice little build up because obviously on the first episode when they were chatting and he was like, "Hey, what are your thoughts about Kiss?" And she was like, "No, let's wait." And she was like pushing him off and making him wait. And then so yeah, it was definitely a little bit of a day's worth of pent up energy. But yeah, it was hot. And so
Raise
excited to
your
see
hand
what
if you're already shipping them hard.
happens.
Yeah, absolutely. They're actually really cute. I think Io was like getting on a little too hot and heavy. He like needed to chill. And so it was good that she was like, not right now, but she clearly likes him. I think they'll make their way to each other. It just might take a little bit of time, and Io needs to chill just a little bit.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think they're the best looking couple in the villa. So
They're the
they kind
best
of
looking
be
girl
together.
and guy for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Another thing that I remembered from the Dare game was that Samantha kissed Ronnie during
Mm.
one of the challenges. And I believe she was saying that she was like really into him. That was what the challenge was about. And then right after, literally like right after, it was Ronnie's turn, and he had the opportunity to kiss like two or three girls, and he didn't kiss Samantha back. Rude.
Yeah. I think I wrote
Yeah.
Ronnie equals no in my notes. I had like yesterday we were drinking margaritas and I think I had too many. So my notes mean no sense to me, but I know I have Ronnie equals no.
Girl,
And
I had a margarita yesterday too. We should have been drinking
no, I
together.
think I had more than one and probably more than four.
I'm like, once we get to him in the ranking game, I'm interested to hear your opinions because I think I also have similar no feelings.
Yeah, definitely. The only last thing I can think of is I don't know if the kisses got a little bit juicier or the cameras got the sound was a little bit of really
Ugh.
intense ASMR moment, but the smacking and the camera angles got a little too close to even for me, which I can appreciate a good kiss, but it was too much.
I didn't even notice that, but I did notice like they only did two dares that weren't kisses. It was just a lot of kissing. There was like the finger sucking, and then there was like
That was disgusting.
some other make a orgasm sound, and then everyone else got
Oh
the kiss.
yes. And that was like
Yeah.
for 30 seconds.
I
Yeah, 30
know, so
seconds.
lame. But also, can they come up with something other than kiss, kiss? You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. I agree
Definitely.
though. There was a lot of just full on making out. Weird.
Now it's time for our infamous proper ranking game. In this game, we rank contestants based on a set of categories that we come up with. This week's three categories are first is here for love, second is here for clout, and the third one is they're gone. Goodbye. All right. So we had 13 contestants, and one of them has already left the villa. So we can probably start talking about him. Sam, how did you guys feel about him leaving the villa and overall just like him and who he was and how cute he is or whatever? What do you guys
I'm
think?
okay. I was so surprised when none of the girls were like, "Oh, I'm interested in him," because I don't know.
Same.
I personally really like kind of bad boy look, and he seemed like he took nice care of himself and held
He had
himself
a
well.
I think it's because he had I forgot that haircut's
Mullet?
called mullet.
Yeah, he had a mullet.
That's a terrible haircut.
I'm not a huge fan of the mullet, but for whatever reason, I think he worked it in a weird way. I don't
I
know.
agree.
This is my opinion. But yeah, I was surprised that like one, the camera really didn't give him a lot of time. And then two, like none of the girls were like, "Oh, Sam, he's a cutie." Because compared to him and Ronnie, hello.
I don't know what the heck the girls were thinking with Ronnie. Ronnie got so much buzz, and then how did Sam not get anything? I don't get it. And also Sam's smile, his smile was so nice and bright and happy. That's my favorite thing about Sam. I felt like his smile, you could tell he was like a good, fun guy. I don't know how good he is, but obviously we don't get to know that until later.
Yeah.
But his smile was so nice and bright.
R.I.P. Sam. Hardly knew ya.
Hardly
I
knew ya.
felt like
I would
him
also
leaving
take
was a little too soon. Sorry, Nicole. The
totally.
last thing I was gonna say is every single time at the beginning, they bring someone in and then that person just gets left on their own bed. That's the norm we've seen, but this time they just dumped them and it was not even fair. It was
Yeah.
so unfair.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and the way it happened was basically lame because it was just like the girl that he was coupled up with didn't really get to know him and was like clearly ready to get out and found an opportunity. And anyway, it was just unfortunate.
Yeah.
I also want to say,
Well,
like, his hair compared to Ronnie's, like, would take a mullet over Ronnie's. What's going on Ronnie's head every day? I don't know what girls see in him. Seriously.
Seriously. Do you guys think he's here for love or clout?
The man is giving too much ego for me to say love,
Yeah, I agree.
personally.
Yeah.
I also don't know. Yeah, I just can't imagine him being here for clout either. I didn't expect him to be like social media follower type of guy.
Yeah, but he could be here for attention, and I could see him wanting and liking that. He's clearly indulging in the fact that a lot of girls are talking to him.
But how and why? I just don't get it.
Beats me, girl. Beats me.
Yeah, I don't get it. Okay, let's talk about Manveer because he's one of my favorite boys in the villa. What do you guys think?
Really?
Yeah, just from him having, you don't think so,
I don't
Nina?
like him at all.
Really? You were
Really?
so excited about him.
I
And
was, but then even in my notes, I said no.
tell us why.
What
What are your
Yeah.
what
thoughts?
was it?
I don't know. On my notes, I can't recall why I wrote this because I don't. It says Munir is arrogant, not a fan of how he handled the finger sucking. What happened? I don't remember. But my notes say there was a finger sucking thing.
Was he the one who said, "Oh, it's soggy" after that?
Yeah.
Because he
Yeah.
might have
Yeah,
made
I
a
think,
comment.
but yeah, I think, but I also think he also is like was very he comes off very arrogant because even like with Mimi interactions with her, I think just came off really bad for me because he was just like, tell me how much you like me, tell me how much he's just very
Mm.
into himself. So yeah, he's a no from me from what I
Okay.
That's an
recall.
interesting perspective. I didn't think about it in that way. And now
Hmm.
that you've told me, I'm gonna keep an eye out because I
Mm,
think I actually do agree that specific part when he's talking to Mimi, it's almost, wait, why don't you like me? You obviously like me. Yeah, I do agree with that. The only thing
yeah,
with
Yeah.
Mandir is I just felt if we had in Friendship Island type of thing, I feel like he's the type of guy that would just get stuck in Friendship Island
Mm,
because he doesn't really feel like he's cheeky and like fun and flirty. He's just the type of guy that's gonna be super professional or very, yeah, keep to himself. So
yeah.
that's what the vibe I got.
Yeah, my thought is that I haven't seen enough of him to make a fully formed decision, but like my impression for the most part is good over not so good. So I
Yeah.
guess we'll see. I'm happy to like have my opinion changed. But I also think because he's older, it does seem like he's interested in like the love situation, but that's just my initial thoughts.
Yeah. I'm neither here nor there about him so far.
Okay. I'm happy to keep him there until we
Yeah.
feel
Okay, we'll
it
keep
out
him there.
otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about Mimi next because she's partnered with Munveer,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a feeling we're gonna put our girl up here.
Hmm.
What do you guys think about Mimi?
Love
Definitely
her.
here for love.
So far, my favorite. She seems so chill and like confident and relaxed and like very herself. I don't know. I like, out of all the girls, I think I like her one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like that Mimi kind of knows her worth in some way. Like when her and Ao were kissing, it's almost like we expected them to really like that moment. But she said, "Oh, I wish that it wouldn't have happened so soon." And I felt like she would have made Ao wait a while for her, which I thought was, I don't know, it's always respectable or when someone knows their worth and can set standards for themselves. I think that's really admirable, even though it's everybody's choice. Everybody can do things a different way, but I just thought it was interesting how she did that. And I do really think that she's probably going to be like a girl that everybody like puts in a pedestal in some way
Mm,
because she just comes off very confident, but also like hard to get. And she's just like very kind of like queen vibes. Like you just feel like she's just has a presence to her that I think like all the girls we haven't really gotten to know them well, but I feel like she just has kind of something like radiating around her. That's what I think about Mimi so far.
totally. Yeah, it like showed that she had the intention of, hey, I'm looking for something serious because I'm not like ready to like make out with every guy on the first day. Like I'm actually like interested in getting to know you first. So I want to say, yeah, +1 to that and super classy of her. I really like her.
Yeah. I think this girl, Harriet, this is the girl that I got in our last episode that was here like for drama, and that was like my take on her. What did you guys think of Harriet this week? I guess from the first and second episode. I almost feel like I have a one comment before I let you guys say something. She, during her first episode, she said that she had just gotten out of a relationship 4 months ago. I heard someone online say that they start calling you like 6 months before. So how is that mathing? It's not.
I saw
So
that
she was in a
too.
relationship for 2 months and then broke up with somebody for the show. And this is also the girl that we were speculating is currently in a relationship or was in a relationship or has her boy like on the sidebar. I vote she's here for clout because I don't know what
Definitely.
else you would put her in. Yeah.
Agreed,
Yeah.
100%.
She's also with the youngest boy in the villa and thriving, wants to stay with him, which I'm a little suspicious about.
Hmm. I, even from the preview for tonight's episode, got the sense that maybe she was going to shop around a little bit. So we'll
Okay.
see. We'll see.
Speaking of the youngest guy in the villa, what do you guys think about Kieran?
He's definitely here for clout. He's here for a good time. Probably not a long time.
He's a cutie
Yeah.
though. We'll see.
Yeah,
I'm willing to have my opinion of him change, but that's my
totally.
first impression too.
Totally.
On to the next.
Okay. I think next is Nicole. Nicole is this girl right here. She was getting a lot of popularity
Yeah.
in the last one. Yeah. I
Lots of
almost feel like she
kisses. Many
a lot, a
kisses.
lot of
Everyone
kisses.
wanted to kiss her. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
good for you,
What's
girl.
about her? I just don't think
Yeah.
we've gotten much from her, so I feel like it was like shocking.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I do get the sense though she's like a homebody Welsh, very wholesome girl. And while she does like to shop around at this time, I feel like she's here for the right reasons, or at least that she's here to find a relationship. That's my 2 cents.
Totally.
I agree. So maybe we're putting her in love territory.
Yeah.
Okay. Next is our girl Patsy, who I think we got a little bit more info on her. I feel like she got more. We just got to learn a little bit more about her in the second episode. And I really liked what I saw. She came off like really confident. I really liked how normal she felt. I genuinely thought she was like one of the more normal girls in the villa.
Hmm.
She just felt like really real. And I love her hair too. I feel like it really adds something like really special to her look. The red, like vibrant. It's really
Hmm.
cute. What do
Yeah.
you guys think she's here for? Clout or love?
I think she's here for love. She's very outspoken about who she likes and who she doesn't, which I really appreciate. Like Joey came in, she was like, "Hey, not for me, but
Totally.
could be for someone else." And I think that's like someone who like comes in and knows what she wants.
Yeah, she seems very mature so far.
Definitely.
I think
Mhm.
she's gonna be everyone's friend in the villa. That's my other prediction about her.
Yeah, she's definitely giving like big sister vibes.
Yeah. Okay, this girl, I was really shocked because in her previews, and this is Jess, in her preview, she didn't look the same as this picture. I was really surprised by how she looks in person. Every shot of Jess, she looks a little different. I think it's because she has such a high contrast face. Her
Mm.
hair and her features are just so vibrant that if she puts like makeup on, she'll look completely different. Like
Mm.
she can look very soft and she can look very high contrast. So I
Hmm.
really like, I mean, she's really cute and I'm here for her look. She gives me like vampire vibes in like the best way possible because vampires are usually like really hot and like have that presence, but that's what she's giving me. Though I don't feel like we know much of her.
She
What do you
has
guys
kind
think?
of she has like the same look as like Katie from 2 seasons ago
Yeah.
with like the
Yeah.
really bright eyes and then the dark hair and like very angled look. Yeah, I so far really like her. I don't like her taste in men so far, but I think she like comes off very like girl next door, very like blunt, also in the same way that Jess is. She seems to be like here for the right reasons. She also is pointing out that like maybe her options aren't so great. Like right now she's with Ronnie, right? And I like him, he's cheeky, we're getting along, but he might be playing the field. Like she's questioning if this is the right guy. So I think she's like sussing it out in the right way. So personally, I think she's here for love, but could be turned at any moment.
See, my thought was that she had chosen Ronnie because she knew that if choosing Ronnie was like a safe bet and that she can go further along by choosing him. Because
Mm.
he's not someone that I would think would have a lot of ladies waiting for him. And I feel so bad because if you're watching this, Ronnie, I'm sorry. I haven't gone to learn about his personality. So I feel like this is just like what I'm thinking so far.
Okay.
You know,
What are your thoughts, Brana Lunga? Where
Mm.
would you put her?
I think she's here for love. That's what I think she is so far. Yeah. What do you think, Linga?
I agree.
oh, okay. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Mhm.
We'll move
But
her to
we'll
for
keep our eye on her because, like you said,
Yeah.
Gabby, I honestly just don't get what the girls see in Ronnie at all. But he must giving off some vibe to get some
That's what I'm
ladies.
saying. But
Yeah.
are we being too mean though? I feel
It,
like Ronnie
yeah.
is gonna prove us wrong. I know it.
Is it
Something
his
about
height?
Ronnie.
Is it just because he's crazy tall?
I
Maybe
don't think
he's just got some like in-person riz that we're not
Yeah,
yeah.
seeing.
Could
damn.
be.
Could be.
What about our sugar man right here? Sean.
He seems like a sweetie.
Yeah.
Like no.
I think he's here for love. I don't know if he'll find love, but I think he's here for it.
I'm sorry, you guys. Do you not think he's here for clout to sell his company? Like he's been saying about his company
I
so
think he
much.
is. I think he's here for clout.
Oh, that's a good perspective.
I feel
Interesting.
like he's mentioned his sugar company or his sweets company, sugar company, his sweets company. He's mentioned it so many times, and it's like the only thing he has on social media so far.
Mm.
But I
Mm.
also think, yes, he's mentioned it, but also obviously Ian, he brings it up a ton whenever anyone
Yeah.
has a funny, quirky job. I feel like it's both, right?
Yeah.
We'll see about him. I need
Yeah.
more info. He hasn't got a lot of
Yeah.
screen time, but I'm happy to keep him there with the
Yeah.
prediction for you both.
Yeah. Okay, last three. Samantha, our girl with an accent. What do we think about her? I almost feel like she's here for love. What do you guys think?
I feel like she's here for clout.
Wow.
I was gonna say that too. Lunga, want to be the tiebreaker? Where would you put her?
I don't know. I don't think I remember her.
That's the girl with the accent that used to like Ronnie, and then Ronnie didn't pick her. So she then started liking the new man because she had no options.
She got picked
Um,
by Joey at the end of the last episode.
I would
Yes, and that's why
say,
Sam went home. And so one last thing was that she was initially obviously paired with Sam. That's why he went home.
yeah.
And she specifically was like, he's not my type.
I guess after that, I'm like, I clearly don't know too much about her, so I can't be the tiebreaker.
Yeah. We'll put her for
Brana,
love.
you choose.
I already said. I think she's here for clout.
Well,
Oh, you
fair.
said clout?
Yeah. And so did Nicole.
Oh, okay. So she's here for clout. There we go.
Mhm.
Okay, so what about Ao?
Lover boy.
I do think that he's going really hard on Mimi, and I don't think anyone that goes that intense, it's not gonna go well for them. It's just too much.
Yeah.
It's gonna scare the girl for
He got
sure.
overexcited. I hope he chills out just a little bit, like just to get to know someone, right?
He's an ex-footballer and model, so unfortunately for me, I find he's cool, he's nice, but I'm probably gonna lean towards he's here for clout. But he can stay and he's here for love. But
Mm,
I think,
we'll see.
I know. It's
yeah,
hard to know.
because you can be a lover boy and still want to be here for clout.
We
Can
don't
stay.
trust the footballers at this point. So, yeah. Let's keep him there for now and let's keep
Yeah.
an eye on him, even though he's gonna be easy to keep an eye on because he's like the only guy that is given us like romance in
Yeah,
this whole show.
that's true.
So okay, then Joey's our last guy, which I think he's here for love because he's like 33. What do you guys in like
Are you
any
joking?
guy?
What?
Wait,
What? Wait,
No.
this is
I
hot
thought you were
take.
trolling us there for a second.
Hot
I'm
take.
sorry. I'm sorry. He's been on so many shows. You
Yeah,
guys
so
think he
what's the
wants to get...
matter?
I thought he's been on so many shows. Why on earth would he come on Love Island? He doesn't need the clout. He is already known. Why would he? I just think everybody already knows who he is. He even asked a girl, he was like, "Oh, did you like my hair when it was long?" Who says that? I thought he was here for love because I was like, okay, he's like turning his ways. But
This is
okay,
such a spicy take, Gabby.
Hard disagree.
I think people get addicted to like being in the topic of discussion. So like people who are like serial reality show people are like, oh, they forgot about me. I have to do another so that I get the attention, that rush again.
Yeah.
Or I have to like date someone else who could get me in the public eye again. And unfortunately, that's where I feel like Joey sits for me.
Yeah.
okay.
But I'm
My head's
interested
turned.
to see how this will turn out, Gabby. I mean,
I
it's
just
kind
thought I genuinely thought like, why would he come here if everybody seems to know who he is? But you're right. Like I didn't think about that. He's been on like 5 million shows. So
Yeah.
if I had that same thought process, like why would he have gone on 5 million shows? So
I get the point that he's like getting older and that for him he like said he wants to have kids, which is cute and all. Like that's Joe's intention for like his future with someone, but
Yeah.
I think he initially signed up for the clout. We'll
Yeah.
see. Maybe he'll fall in love
We'll
though.
see.
Who knows?
Yeah.
That was a fun game of our tier ranking game. The last thing we're going to do before we wrap it up is each of us is going to say if we think we have a top person that is going to make it to the finale, like either one or two people that you think are going to make it to the finale. And then we're going to later, obviously, see if our predictions were right. I can probably go first.
Go ahead.
My pick is Mimi, and that's actually it. Mimi. What do you guys think?
I was also gonna guess Mimi. I was gonna say if anyone makes it to the end of this bench, most likely I feel like it's her.
I think also Nicole, maybe.
Interesting. I haven't fallen for anyone in particular yet in terms of who I think the like producers will try to like finagle to the end, but I definitely want Mimi to come to make it to the end. I
think
think
she's gonna be a winner.
you think so. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there's always people in the beginning that end up going all the way. So there's like out of this bunch, there's gonna be a few. So I'm just like not I haven't developed a relationship yet to know. But yeah, for sure, I'm with you guys with Mimi.
Linga, what about you?
I think I picked Mimi too, but only because I just really like her the most. But I don't think I know too much about everybody yet. So I don't know. Also, I haven't really seen that many solid couples for me to really know too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Patsy go all the way just because she gives me like friendship like vibes. Like she seems like she'll be like the person who's blunt and like the peacekeeper, like potentially like you said, like big sister vibes. And I like her energy so far. So
Yeah.
I'm saying Mimi and Patsy, I would like to see at the end.
I would like to see Mimi and Patsy too. That's true. Those are some good names. That concludes our tier ranking game. Thanks for joining us on this session.
Thanks all.
Fun.
Before we move to the last and final section of our episode, I have a little surprise for you all. This weekend, I got a little bored and made something to intro this section. I'm just going to play it and get your live reactions. If we don't like it, we can eliminate it or get something different, but we'll play it.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat.
We'll see how it goes.
What's the scoop on the streets? On the streets? Okay, time for scoop on the streets. That's hilarious.
So good.
So good.
Oh my God. Thank you very much, Nicole.
You're
That's very
welcome.
sweet. I think hearing myself was like, my brain was like, what? But that is very sweet. As I introduced already, Now it's time to talk about the scoop in the streets, where we talk about what we have heard about on the internet, about current Love Islanders as well as ex-Love Islanders. It's also really hard to look up current Islanders because you end up seeing what's happened in the next episode, and that's how I know something might be happening in episode 3. So yes. So what have you been seeing on the internet, Nicole? I feel like you've seen a bunch of things.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about some of this already, so I'll skip a little bit. But the Love Islanders previously all posted like a video reacting to Joey Essex coming on Love Island. And actually, I feel like a lot of people like reacted very positively. Like some people were like, oh, the producers were producing with him. Come on in, Joey. Like super excited to see him on the TV. And I think that just is interesting as a viewer because it sounds like everyone has an excitement to watch him this season. So, you know what?
They
The
were
guy's
like,
been on a lot, but we're excited that other Love Islanders are excited that he's in there. So we'll see.
some people were saying that it was a great move on Love Island's part to bring us to such a big celebrity in. They were like really hyping him up as if he was just our Brad Pitt or something. Oh, it was such a good move. I think this was like the move that Love Island needed. I just saw so many of those comments. Interesting.
Seriously, you know who like said that he was so excited too? And of course he would. Messy Mitch. Messy Mitch was like, "Oh yeah, this man, bring in the mess." So I just have a feeling Joey's gonna be like Messy Mitch.
And then Gabby will see that he's not really there for love and really for clout.
I'm sold. I'm sold already.
So one of the things I learned about, I think, yesterday is that Sam, the hairdresser, apparently, even though he's gone now, apparently he broke up with his girlfriend of 3 or 4 years before going into the villa, because I think there was like a Love Island channel, like maybe, I don't know if it was a fan account or the official account, but what they basically asked a question, tell us something really messy or tell us something we wouldn't know about one of the new islanders. And then somebody commented, I know that he might have broken up with his girlfriend. And then basically there's like a threads of going into like who the girl could be, because you know the internet, nobody researches faster than people on the internet.
Interesting.
Wow.
Good news that he's coming back, so I guess they can get back together, but that was really interesting.
Yeah, we didn't hardly knew him, unfortunately. I actually like another weird fan theory was like everyone was wondering why the girls in the villa weren't gravitating towards him at all. And like a bunch of fans were commenting, does the man smell? Does he have bad breath? What's going on? Because compared to Ronnie, I think the public's view was like he's up there in terms of guys. Anyway,
We'll never know.
we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll
It
never
was
know.
probably a combination of having a girlfriend, so just wanting to make a presence here and not giving people their time, the time of day, right? Like not talking to girls. I feel like he just avoided girls, dodged everybody, and probably made himself stinky so that people wouldn't come to talk to him.
He was just looking for new clients since is a hairdresser.
I saw him do someone's hair in one of the shots.
did
Did you
he?
see that?
That's
I
cute.
did. One of the things I want to talk about, which because we spoke about last week, was Liberty. Remember when she was going to go pick up her babe to meet her parents, but turns out fans as well as her friends do not like this. I'm not saying they don't like him, but they do think that he's using Liberty for clout.
Oh, interesting. You know what? I am excited for Liberty, but I also noticed this boyfriend came at a time where she wasn't posting a lot with the other Islanders, especially Kaz, like who was her bestie. So I don't know, not to speculate too much, but I wonder if Kaz is on that same side because why aren't they together and hanging out as much?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think they've done that weird, is it soft launch, where they don't show the person's face and arm, where also you could also be like, why is he not, what's he afraid of showing himself? Because that could be also pretty dodgy.
Yeah, but no offense to Lib, love her a lot, but she historically does not have great taste in finding the most trusting guys, Mitch. So
Yeah. Unfortunately, the scoop on the streets is pretty small this week. So hopefully, as the show gets going, we will have more news of what's been happening, and also more news and more information about our current islanders, because hopefully people will be just dropping in and spreading some tea that we can hopefully share with everyone.
Yes, and until then, please come to our TikTok and Instagram. We are at Proper Chat Pod. You can share all the gossip that you're seeing online and come like our posts, and we'll be putting out more content throughout the week. It's been a great intro with you all. Thanks so much for listening. We are going to have a full week of season 11 content next week. But until then, stay proper and stay chatting.